Hello, my name is Jack Reeves. What you're about to hear is the absolute truth and can be verified. This is about nuclear cybersecurity. It is a scandal. There is a cover-up. It is literally impossible to cybersecure a nuclear power plant. I am living and breathing proof. I worked there. This has been a cover-up. I have documents. In 2009, I was working for Shaw Nuclear as a senior electrical and controls engineer designing nuclear power plants. This is the truth. After I was released from federal prison, I went to work designing nuclear plants as a senior electrical and controls engineer. This can be confirmed. I was hired at with a six-figure package. I had access to all nuclear documents, all nuclear databases. I was designing the control systems that will be controlling the nuclear reactors. I had worked. This is without a degree. I don't have a degree, never had an engineering class in my life. I was working there as a senior electrical and controls engineer. This is the truth, absolute truth. I once was a hacker. I can pretty much hack any system. I've worked as an electrical engineer, controls engineer, systems integrator, digital forensics engineer for Y2K large corporations that I work for. I know electrical. I have an extreme aptitude when it comes to electrical, electronics, computer systems, control systems, electrical engineering, etc. While working for Shaw in 2009, I worked there from 2007 July to 2009 July. I discovered that it was going to be absolutely impossible to cybersecure the nuclear power plants. I am living and breathing proof. I know of numerous ways to hack these systems. These systems, the DCS, distributed control systems, and the PLCs, programmable logic controls, they can be hacked. These systems were already hacked, have already been hacked. They're identical systems in Iran when Iran was attempting to enrich uranium. Google this. I tried to bring it to the attention of Shaw when I was working there. They didn't want it to go public. I was offered money to shut up. I attempted to go public and I was terminated. I was about to walk into CNN in Atlanta and tell this whole story with documents. I have documents. I have nuclear power plant design specifications. I have proof that I worked there. Not only did I work there, but I was an instructor there, instructing other engineers how to design nuclear power plants. In my possession right now, I have nuclear power plant design specifications. These are real, absolutely real. I am living proof that you cannot cybersecure a nuclear power plant. As I told you, I was going to go into CNN with documents and proof and tell the whole story. Shaw convinced the FBI, this was after I was terminated from Shaw, that I planned to do harm to their corporation at 128 South Tryon Street. I was just wanting to tell the public that you couldn't cybersecure the nuclear power plant. The FBI came to my house in Chester, South Carolina, and I was arrested for felony firearm possession. I got to court and I tried to tell the courts that I designed nuclear power plants. The judge thought I was crazy. The judge said, you've never been to college for engineering. You never had an engineering class in your life. And you had been to federal prison already. There's no way in the hell you could have gotten a job designing nuclear power plants. But that was wrong. They didn't believe me. I was shipped to Colorado, Inglewood Federal Detention Center, under the care of forensic psychologist Dr. Jeremiah Dwyer, PhD in psychology. I told him that I designed nuclear power plants. He kind of looked at me and grinned. I produced documents. I produced proof of employment. I produced, this is a W-2 form. I produced W-2s, documents proving that I designed nuclear power plants. While I was there, I was offered $5 million to shut the hell up, sign a guilty plea, and walk away from this and leave it alone. I refused to take the money. On the court transcript, this can be proven. Dr. Dwyer told the courts, this is via video conferencing, that Jack Reeves, that's me, had never designed nuclear power plants, that I was delusional, that I had never designed nuclear power plants, yet Dr. Dwyer had proof. I had given him proof. I have nuclear power plant design prints. These are prints, construction prints. I'm not going to unfold them, but they're here. I have stacks of them. They cannot cyber secure the nuclear power plants. Absolutely impossible to ever cyber secure a nuclear power plant. First of all, it takes 12 years to design and construct a nuclear reactor. By the time they finish construction, the technology used to control them would be ancient. It would be outdated. It would be purely Jurassic. By the time these systems go online, Junior would probably be able to hack these using his Xbox or his PlayStation. You can't cyber secure these. I was going to tell this. I was trying to tell this. I was sent from court. I was shackled and shipped to Butner Federal Detention Center, federal prison, at the mental hospital there for saying I designed nuclear power plants. I want you to start verifying this. While I was there, I had nuclear power plant design documents shipped to me. I designed nuclear power plants. This is a cover-up. You cannot and will never be able to cyber secure nuclear power plants. I know over 20 ways of hacking those systems, and I'm sure the terrorists already know this as well. The human resources mechanism, and I'm living and breathing proof that you're looking at. The human resources mechanism is dysfunctional in nuclear. I was hired. A felon that had served time in federal prison walked into a nuclear engineering firm and got a job as a senior level design person designing nuclear power plants. While I was working there, I tested the system, the human resources mechanism. I designed 22 fake, fraudulent, fictitious resumes. None of the stuff on them were true. These were cyber people. I picked names from the local phone directory. Would get a first name and I would get a last name. I would give them experience. I would give them degrees from universities up and down the East Coast in engineering. These people didn't exist. Out of 22 fake, fraudulent, fictitious, bogus resumes using technology that any terrorist can walk in Walmart and get for $500, a laptop computer, an all-in-one fax copier scanner, printer, and a smartphone. With those 3 devices that you can purchase collectively for less than $500, you can get, and I know this, you can get a job anywhere with a degree from anywhere under any name that you please, and no one will ever detect this. You can't cyber secure the nuclear power plants. If I were a terrorist, and I am not a terrorist, let's get that out of the equation now. I could have made not everyone, but 90% of the nuclear power plants in the United States experience a nuclear meltdown on the exact same day, on the exact same hour, same minute. It would have crippled the nation to a point where we would have been a third world nation. The terrorists already know this. I was trying to go public. You cannot cyber secure a nuclear power plant. Shaw didn't want me to go public with this because it would have opened Pandora's box. Shaw later figured out that what I'd been trying to tell them was absolutely true. It's impossible to cyber secure a nuclear plant. Shaw, the Shaw Group, they sold the total Fortune 500 corporation to Chicago Bridge and Iron. That's CB&I. Philip Asherman, CEO of CB&I, had no idea that it was going to be impossible to cyber secure the nuclear plants. The biggest fraud that this country has ever seen. One of Shaw's clients, an energy powerhouse in the Carolinas, in North Carolina and South Carolina, Duke Energy. I informed them when I was working at Shaw Nuclear, because I worked on their projects. I have documents pertaining to their nuclear plants right here as well. I told them it's going to be impossible to cyber secure a nuclear plant. I want you to Google this, research this. Duke, within the last few years, began to sell off their nuclear interests outside of North and South Carolina. This can be very easily verified. During the time that I was incarcerated, and I was incarcerated for 26 months, I was moved around in the system. Over a 20-month period, I was moved over 20 times. This is the absolute truth that can be verified. I was in Lexington County, South Carolina Detention Center. Dr. Vincent Van Brunt, PhD in chemical engineering, a brilliant man in nuclear. He came to visit me. We talked technically for about 3 hours. All of this can be verified. We discussed everything from how to extract the radioactive isotopes deuterium and tritium from the hydrogen atom to how the networks in Iran, when Iran was trying to enrich uranium, how these systems in Iran, exact same systems that we're going to use in the United States on our nuclear power plants, how they got hacked and how they got sabotaged. You can Google all this. It's impossible to cyber secure a nuclear plant. Shaw was over $10 billion into the design and construction of VC Summer. This is in Jenkinsville, South Carolina. And Plant Vogel, which is in Waynesboro, Georgia. Those were my plants. I was designing systems for those plants. These systems cannot be cyber secured. We talked about this in detail. I am living and breathing proof that it is going to be impossible, and this is a cover-up. This has been a cover-up. It is going to be impossible to cyber secure the nuclear power plants. Absolutely impossible to cyber secure the nuclear power plants. Email me, and I will show you documents. I will tell you everything. I insist that the media get involved in this. My email address is Jack Reeves 1023. That's Jack Reeves, JackReeves 1023 at gmail.com. This needs to go viral. This absolutely needs to go viral. I had nuclear power plant design documents in my possession when I was a federal prisoner inside a federal hospital, inside the mental ward. I'm 99.9999% sure that all documents pertaining to the design and construction of all nuclear power plants in the United States are in the hands of terrorists. You can't cyber secure a nuclear power plant. It is literally, absolutely impossible. Before I was arrested the second time, I tried to tell the FBI this. They knew nothing about these systems. The Department of Homeland Security, they absolutely knew nothing. I tried to contact people that knew these systems within the FBI, the Department of Homeland Security, and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. I tried to contact a technical person that knew these systems for 6 months. They had no idea of what these systems were. The last offer while I was incarcerated was $12 million. Shut up, Jack. Sign a guilty plea and don't tell this. I refuse to take the money. You can't cyber secure a nuclear power plant. There's a cover-up. Absolutely a cover-up. The nuclear watchdog groups, the watchdogs are asleep under the porch. I'm living proof. Facebook, Twitter, make this video go viral. Send it to everybody you know. I'm putting it on YouTube. Open Pandora's box. It is literally, absolutely, positively impossible to cyber secure a nuclear power plant. I am absolute living proof. Go viral with this immediately. There's much, much, much more to this story. The NRC, the FBI, and Homeland Security, they are not technically equipped from a human resources standpoint to catch terrorists if they are targeting nuclear plants. I am reality. I am the absolute truth. As I told you, I've got documents. These documents can be authenticated. These documents do not lie. Thank you.